A big day tomorrow on the Treasure Coast, and in the effort to stop the cycles of abuse, neglect, and homelessness in our local communities, Place of Hope is set to break ground on the first of 4 new transitional affordable housing to be built on its new campus in Stuart. Now, the campus will eventually be home to more than 60 aged-out foster youth, young single mothers, and otherwise homeless young adults. Now, joining us now is the founding CEO of Place of Hope, Charles Bender. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon to talk about this. This is very exciting. Why is this kind of housing so important?
Well, if you think about it, affordable housing is not a surprise issue to anybody that there's a need. But if you think about these young people who have been in foster care, tumultuous backgrounds, a lot of trauma in their lives, who needs a transition of success more than they do with that affordable housing component?
And how does someone qualify for this?
So most of who we serve, these are young people aging out of foster care, and everybody knows there's nowhere for them to go. And especially in an area like this where the cost of housing is shot through the roof, our kids, our young people have nowhere to go. But your average kid in America doesn't really become financially independent until they're around 26, 27 years old. But 18-year-olds leaving foster care, they need a place to go to make that transition.
The Place of Hope, I'm sure you have a lot of success stories.
We do. And we're also finding that there's a tremendous need for single moms with dependent children who, for no fault of their own, are out on the street. And homelessness is a very real issue in our community. But we take these young people, it's a hand-up program, and so we see tremendous success.
Is there a direct correlation between the lack of affordable housing and children ending up in the foster care system?
There is, because a lot of times children are removed for imminent danger, but a lot of times children are removed because there's this idea that poverty equates to abuse, and it simply does not. So if we can take young families and we can keep their children consistent and safe in a dignity-filled environment and get mom to the next level in her own, there's a good chance those children will be spared that tumultuous time in their lives of entering the foster care system.
Do you have a name yet for the first complex?
It is the Snyder Family Village, or the Bender Family Village and the Snyder Family Cottage.
And why did you choose that?
Well, we didn't. We had a very generous donor couple from Jupiter, the Irbies, who decided that they didn't need to have the naming of their own. They decided they wanted to name that first village component of all the expansion for my family, which was a tremendous blessing, and then also the Snyders, Representative Snyder and Sheriff Snyder, both from Martin County.
Tell us a little bit about expansion here. You mentioned that, but you also have a major transitional affordable housing expansion happening at Place of Hope's campus in Boca.
Right, so almost the exact same thing that's taking place up in Martin County is also taking place concurrently down in Boca. And it's really interesting because the footprint looks very much similar, even though that wasn't the plan. But there's a tremendous need, whether it be South Palm Beach County or up into the southern part of Martin County. Affordable housing in all of South Florida is a tremendous need, and it's something that we have to do more about. Now, ours is a little bit different. You have to have a reason to be there, and it is transitional, not just affordable. So we try to get people on their feet to make a working wage, a better working wage, and then get out on their own, and we teach them how to do that.
Helping a lot of people out there.
Yeah.
Charles Bender with Place of Hope. And groundbreaking is set to take place of Place of Hope's Treasure Coast campus in Stuart. It's tomorrow morning, 10:30. You can learn more about this Place of Hope at placeofhope.com. All right, Michael.